Hello everybody, it is me, Jurassic Master, here to say that we're doing a breakdown video on episode 7 of WandaVision. Season 1, episode 7, you know the gist. Holy cow, I feel so stupid for missing this one. Like, it was... You'll see, I'm an idiot for missing this. I feel so dumb for missing this one scene because I've, like, called scenes before. Like, 4 years ahead of, like, before it even happened. I did call a scene from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, before it even happened, and I might talk about that later if I do a Godzilla podcast next month. So, yeah, we'll talk about that next month, because next month we're getting a Godzilla podcast. That's all going to be about Godzilla. Let's get started with this video. Bring, bing, ding, ding. Spoilers! There will be spoilers in this video, so if you do not want any spoilers, click off this video now and rewatch it to see what I have to say about it, or not. Bro, the biggest lore thing that I could find in this whole series, like the biggest thing, holy cow, this was like big. They're playing on the Wii. No, I think it's funny that they're playing on the Wii. That's really, I feel like, oh my gosh, I remember those days. So everything is glitching out, and like the milk carton was glitching, and like stuff in the room was glitching. I think that's the dimension, like the dimension falling apart. So in the intro, we see a heart on Friday. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, are we going to see Mr. Hart again? Because last time we talked about a heart being on a calendar, it was on episode 1. But the thing is, yeah, those are 2 different days, and I don't think we're going to be seeing Mr. Hart for a while. I find it interesting that Wanda took Vision out of the intro. Like, just completely took him out of the intro. It's just like, nope, he's there, he's out, he's gone. I think that's a little interesting. So we get a scene where Wanda is pouring herself a bowl of cereal, and we hear radio, like people talking on the radio. And I find that a little interesting of, like, that seems just odd enough to be, like, important, but doesn't seem important now. And, like, later in that episode, Hayward asks, do we have any contact or communication in there? He says, no radio connection. But there is a radio connection. Confusion. I don't understand. What? That doesn't make any sense. So we are introduced to this character named Major Good, or Goodner. And she has the technology, not the Fantastic Four or Ironheart, which I'm very disappointed that. I'm honestly a little disappointed that we didn't see any of the Fantastic Four. I mean, I would like to, like, give me a Marvel character. Like, we didn't see any major Marvel characters. We got this person, and I also think this person's gonna, like, work for Hayward. I think she's working for Hayward the whole time. The person interviewing her actually talks back. Like, she sort of breaks the fourth wall, and the interviewer talks back, which I was like, and in the moment when I first saw it, I was like, holy cow, is that Baron Zemo? No, Baron Zemo's not here anymore, and I have an explanation, and I have sort of going back to my first theory a while back, like a couple episodes ago, but we'll talk about that later. So we get a new ad, and it's like, holy cow, we got a new ad. We got a new ad. It's not a, it's not a Baron Zemo one. I officially think Baron Zemo is out and got what he needed. I think someone else is in control, or not just one person. I think it's multiple people. I think Baron Zemo has left. He's left a while ago, and I've accepted it. I've accepted that Baron Zemo's left, and I had a theory and all that, but now I have a changed theory, and I will explain that at the end of the video. But, so Nexus is in the comics is, well, basically a multiverse gateway to other universes, so sort of hinting at the multiverse again, and basically is entering, oh my, is that like a shark dog? A shadog? A shark dog? A shadog. I think that's a shadog. No. Like, it's basically a multiverse universe kind of thing. And every time I looked it up, there was a lot of Swamp Thing or Man Thing. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get like introduced to Man Thing, maybe. I don't know, but it's basically like a universal gateway. So there's a scene where Billy says, "Agnes, you're quiet," and I find that interesting. I think it's Billy tapping into his powers because Agnes is fully conscious, not like in panic of like that Norm dude or Norm. I think Norm was his name, and he was like, I gotta call my sister to ask how my dad is or how the dad is, the dad. And I think that's when Billy was like noticed like, oh, something seems different. Something seems a little bit off. So there's a scene where Monica is going through the hex, and we see like different versions of her, and I'm wondering if the hex or this part is sort of like representing the different multiverses of her. Of like, yeah, we had the 70s one, or 50. Oh, no, maybe, what was that? I can't remember. I think that was like no, that was the 60s or 70s one, and then like the modern day one. Well, like maybe that's I don't know, but it like showed different versions of her, and I thought that was really interesting. Of like maybe this is supposed to represent how what the multiverse is sort of gonna look like, and also I think this is where she gets her powers and becomes Photon. Now, Photon, I haven't really mentioned this in my videos because I either forget to mention it or just run out of time for my videos, but I've been meaning to say and mention this is Photon, and basically how she got her powers was extra or extra dimensional energy. She did join the Avengers at one point of time, and her original name was Captain Marvel, but then she changed it to Fusion, and became Photon. So basically, her name is Photon right now, and this is how she looks in the comics. So we might be able to see a comic book version of her coming soon, or a comic book costume kind of look coming to her soon. So there was a mailman, I think there was like a mailman named Preston, or the company was called Preston or Presto, and there's actually a character named Presto, or I couldn't really find anything that was like related to WandaVision to this, but I've basically she was a person working at Shield and then was sent to kill like the zombie Avengers or kill some of the zombies version of Avengers or some zombies that are causing problems, and she went to Deadpool to help or went to Deadpool to see if he would help her out, and that's all I could really find that seemed like important wise. I don't know. So there's a scene where Vision is trying to get back home, and there's like all of this stuff preventing him get back home, and now they're kids. Like just there was people working on the lights, on the street lights, and then a crosswalk lady came out and then brought the kids, and I was like thinking like now we have kids, we have more kids now, and I think it's interesting that now we're bringing up kids because towards the beginning of the series. There was one scene, I think it was like in episode 3 or 2 or 3, where they mentioned like, we're doing it for the kids, this is for the kids, and I thought it was really odd, and I'm like, that seems weird, okay, but I don't know. So there's a scene where we see a cicada on the window, and at first I was like, oh, that doesn't seem really that doesn't seem really important, but funny enough, I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole when I found this. So, this cicada might be Mephisto. Now, I didn't really know too much about Mephisto, and why I think the cicada might represent Mephisto is the first time Mephisto came to Earth, he came as a fly, and So a little bit on the story on Mephisto's backstory is Mephisto will make is sort of like a, I guess best way to describe it is like he's like a demon who basically likes to toy with people's lives and like make their life hell and bring people in and make their life awful and sort of ruin their life he made his own little like hellish world. So maybe the hex is supposed to represent his hellish world that he has created. And we also might be able to see Blackheart. Now, it seems like Blackheart is a person who likes to draw people into this area where Mephisto can bring them into their hell. So I think Mephisto and Blackheart are probably the ones behind it, not just the only ones behind it of causing all of the shenanigans. I think we might see. I think we probably are going to see Mephisto, and we're most likely not going to see Blackheart. And Blackheart and Mephisto have often tortured people, so it seems like Wanda's being a little bit tortured of like just dealing with Vision dying and her brother being dead. I have no words. I have no words. I should have. I feel so dumb for like it was right. It's like right in front of you, kind of like come on. It's obvious that she's gonna turn on you. I'm a little mad. I'm gonna be genuinely honest. I'm a little mad that I missed this. I feel so stupid and dumb for missing this. But Agatha, or Agnes, her real name is Agatha Harkness. Now, Agatha Harkness is basically a person who's really old and has been like a witch, and has been trying to teach other witches, and basically to teach other witches and sort of join her and be like, let's destroy everything and cause chaos. And basically that's what she, like a very general basic rundown, and she sort of affects the multiverse, I think. Something like that. So I think Agatha is going to try to convince Wanda to join her. And the person who was behind the interview and probably the more recent commercials was Agatha the whole time. Oh my gosh. I feel so... How did I miss that? How... This is fine. I'm fine. So we get a scene with the book, and I know it's really pixelated. Don't worry about it. I'm clearly the best YouTuber at this. I'm clearly the best at this kind of stuff. But we see this book, and it's glowing a yellowish orange. So I'm wondering if the book is supposed to represent the Mind Stone. So I think Wanda is going to have to destroy the Mind Stone a second time. So now let me give you my theories on what's going to happen, and let me give you my theory on what's happened with what's sort of going on with this series. I think Baron Zemo, I've said this like 100 times, Baron Zemo was in the first couple episodes, and then when Baron Zemo left, I think Baron Zemo got the catalyst, or cataract. Catalyst or cataract? I think it's cataract. I think Baron Zemo got the cataract, and got what he needed, and then as he's going out, saw Quicksilver, and thought, well, this is someone new, and I was not expecting, might as well take him out for witness reasons. And then I think Agatha came in and was like, oh, no one's in control of the commercials. Wanda's gonna get suspicious. I'll be in control of the commercials, and I'll bring her brother in too. So, that's sort of my theories at the moment. Yeah, I have that. I think Agatha is going to be working for Mephisto, and Mephisto has probably locked out Doctor Strange of like sort of making it, because I personally think Doctor Strange would have been like, hey, because in Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange was like, took Loki right away and was like, he's gonna cause problems, you gotta get him out of here, I don't care what you do, just whatever you need to get on this earth, please get it quickly and leave. How is Doctor Strange not here and been like, how? Like, where's Doctor Strange during all of this? I think Doctor Strange is trapped, maybe. He might be trapped in the book. Also, I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but that's my theory right now of Mephisto and maybe Blackheart are keeping Doctor Strange away, and when Doctor Strange finally breaks free, it's going to be too late, and the multiverse is going to be falling apart. And that's when Doctor Strange is like, Wanda, you need help. Let me help you with your powers, because it's clear that you cannot control them. You're just causing interdimensional things go wrong. Unbelievable, Wanda. But I think we're going to get 2 more episodes. We also did get an end credit scene, which I just learned about like 30 minutes ago. What? So Pietro's back at the end credit scene. So is Agatha using everybody in town as a puppet now, and like making it seem like one? Oh yeah, like I'm wondering if Agatha's like, oh yeah, Wanda, you're in control, but it's really Agatha who's in control, but really it's Mephisto who's in control, but really it's Baron Zemo behind everything, sort of slipped in, was like, yep, I'm in control for a little bit, and now I got what I need. And yeah, that's a lot I just unraveled, and I think that is all that I have for this episode. I felt like I went really fast, so thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much to me that you took the time to watch it. I feel like I really went fast with this video. I know there's not a lot of people who watch these. It's like usually 2 to 3 people. And the 2 to 3 people who watch them, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Podcast coming out soon. Camp Cretaceous Season 2 breakdown, and well, really my review on it is coming out soon too. I'm hoping sometime this month for that one. There's going to be a lot of Godzilla stuff next month, because that's when the Godzilla movie is released. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and bagel chicken wings.